This isn't a guessing game. These 30 products are backed by verified 2026 market data, search volumes, category growth rates, buyer behavior trends, and actual sales patterns from Etsy and Amazon Handmade. So when I tell you these are high demand, I mean that specifically. Let's go. Handmade jewelry is the single highest performing category on Etsy in 2026. Printful's 2026 Etsy statistics report confirms that personalized necklaces, specifically name necklaces with hand-stamped or hand-shaped lettering, remain among the platform's most searched and most purchased items year after year. The emotional logic is consistent. Jewelry that carries a name or initial has personal meaning that a generic piece cannot replicate, which makes it both gift-driven and self-purchase-driven simultaneously. A hand-stamped sterling silver name necklace has material costs of $8 to $15 and sells for $35 to $75. The buyer demographic is enormous. It spans virtually every gifting occasion and every adult age group, which means demand does not peak and trough seasonally. It persists. Offer it in sterling silver, gold-filled, and rose gold-filled wire to capture 3 distinct price points from the same technique and the same production process. Google Trends data from late 2025 into early 2026 shows handmade ceramic pottery reached its highest normalized search value, 100, the maximum on the scale, in February 2026, specifically outperforming every other handmade craft category tracked simultaneously. This is significant because it suggests a consumer desire that is not adequately served by the existing market. A handmade mug from a skilled potter sells for $35 to $75. A handmade stoneware bowl sells for $40 to $90. The material cost per piece is $5 to $15, including clay, glaze, and kiln firing. The texture, weight, and warmth of a genuinely handmade ceramic piece is something mass production cannot replicate. Buyers who have held one know the difference instantly and return for more. The February 2026 peak specifically suggests the category is underserved relative to demand, which is exactly the market condition that rewards a new skilled seller entering the space. The 2026 aesthetic shift tracked by eRank's trend analysis is away from flat, two-dimensional wall art toward art with physical texture, raised surfaces, dimensional materials, tactile depth that makes art feel handmade even before you touch it. Tufted fiber panels, clay relief wall sculptures, mixed media pieces incorporating linen, dried botanicals, and raw materials all fall within this category. Amazon Trends data specifically shows floral and botanical hand-painted canvas art and textured geometric and minimalist art as top-performing handmade wall art categories in 2025-2026, with consistent search volume and strong sales. The eRank report for 2026 identifies warm naturals, textures, and lived-in materials as the defining visual language buyers are currently converting on. A textured clay wall sculpture costs $8 to $15 in materials and sells for $55 to $120. The storytelling around the specific palette choices and compositional intentions elevates the product description from a commodity listing to an artistic statement. The children's arts and crafts and educational toy market is projected by multiple industry sources to grow at a CAGR of 5.71% from 2025 to 2031, driven by increased focus on STEAM education and the deliberate parental push towards screen-free play. On Etsy, personalized name puzzles, name blocks, wooden stacking toys, and Montessori-inspired fine motor skill tools consistently appear in the platform's trending product reports. A handmade name puzzle in painted hardwood plywood, cut on a Cricut or laser engraver with each letter as a separate removable piece, costs $8 to $14 in materials and sells for $30 to $55. The personalization of a child's name makes each piece a one-of-a-kind product that no factory can offer in the same configuration, which is the commercial defense of this niche against mass-market alternatives. DIY craft kits are experience products. Etsy data specifically identifies DIY kits as one of the fastest growing product categories on the platform in 2025-2026. The commercial logic is clear. Consumers want to engage with creativity directly, not just observe it. A beginner embroidery kit, a pre-hooped linen piece with a traced design, all required floss in the correct colors, a needle, and a clear instruction card sells for $18 to $35 and requires 30 to 45 minutes to assemble per kit. A Christmas-themed embroidery kit specifically showed a December 2025 search peak of 107.6 normalized, with average sales reaching 458.83 units per month in the holiday period. The kit model transforms your craft knowledge into a product that generates income without requiring you to produce the finished piece. You're selling the experience and the guidance, not the output. This is also one of the few handmade product categories where the buyer's skill level is irrelevant to the purchase decision. Beginners buy kits specifically because they're beginners, and experienced crafters buy kits for the convenience of having everything pre-selected and pre-packaged in one place. Number 6. Handmade wooden home decor. Woodware dominates the U.S. handicrafts market in 2025 with a 24% market share, the largest single segment, according to 2026 Profit Craft data. Google Trends data shows handmade wooden home decor at a normalized search value of 59 in February 2026, its highest recorded level in the tracked period. The specific products within this category with the strongest demand signals in 2026 are personalized family name signs, hand-carved wooden kitchen tools, decorative wooden trays, and wooden wall-mounted organizers. The buyer appeal is threefold: sustainability, wood as a renewable material; durability, buying something that lasts rather than cheap plastic; and aesthetics, the warm, organic look of real wood in a home. A personalized wooden family name sign costs $8 to $18 in materials and sells for $35 to $75. Number 7. Handmade birthstone jewelry, stacking rings and bracelets. Etsy's 2026 trend analysis specifically highlights the Mother's Day window, February through May, as generating strong demand for personalized gifts, handmade jewelry, and birthstone jewelry. And this insight extends beyond Mother's Day because birthstone gifting is occasion agnostic. A stack of 3 thin, handmade silver sterling rings, each set with a different birthstone representing the buyer's children, sells for $45 to $90. Material cost, $12 to $22. Wire-wrapped birthstone rings, where a genuine gemstone chip is wrapped in sterling wire as both the setting and the band, are achievable by intermediate-level jewelry makers without stone setting tools. The stacking ring format also generates repeat purchases as buyers return to add a ring for each new child or family member. Number 8. Handmade linen and washed cotton textile goods. Etsy's 2026 color of the year is patina blue, and its first ever texture of the year is washed linen, a deliberate editorial statement about the materials and finishes that the platform's own search data shows buyers converting on most. Washed linen tote bags, hand-stitched linen cushion covers, linen tea towels with simple embroidery, and raw-edge linen table runners are all strong performers in this context. The lived-in, pre-washed quality of linen, its natural wrinkle, its matte softness, its obvious naturalness, is the aesthetic signal buyers are looking for. A hand-embroidered linen cushion cover costs $8 to $14 in materials and sells for $35 to $65. A set of 2 linen tea towels with simple botanical embroidery sells for $28 to $45. Number 9. Kawaii Food Polymer Clay Phone Charms. Hyper-cute miniature food characters, tiny ramen bowls, boba cups, parfait glasses, strawberry cakes, sculpted from polymer clay and attached to phone cases as hanging charms. Material cost, 50 cents to $2 per charm. Selling price, $10 to $20 each, or $28 to $45 for a themed set. This product spans 2 enormous 2026 obsessions: kawaii aesthetics and phone personalization. The miniature sculpting process is infinitely watchable. The scale, the detail, the reveal, and consistently drives impulse purchases. Number 10. Personalized pet portrait illustrations. Custom pet portraits have a documented conversion rate of approximately 6% on Etsy, one of the highest of any handmade product category, according to Fit's small business data cited in a 2026 market analysis. The pet accessories and pet products market broadly was estimated at $6.71 billion in 2024 and is projected to reach $9.97 billion by 2030. Within the pet portrait niche specifically, digital illustrated portraits drawn in Procreate and delivered as a high-resolution file have become one of the most scalable handmade commission products because digital delivery eliminates shipping costs and time constraints. A digital pet portrait sells for $30 to $85 depending on style and number of pets. The repeat purchase rate is also meaningful. Pet owners who love their portrait often commission a new one when a new pet joins the family. Number 11. Hand-stitched applique patches and ear-ons. The Craft Industry Alliance 2026 predictions specifically name applique as one of the 2 craft categories, alongside jewelry making, expected to see amplified demand in 2026, driven by consumers moving beyond mass-market accessories and seeking unique, expressive personal items. Iron-on and sew-on patches, whether machine-embroidered or hand-applied fabric applique, are in active demand from the slow fashion community, the DIY clothing customization community, and the general market for wearable self-expression. An embroidered patch with a specific design, botanical, animal, fandom adjacent, or custom patch sells for $8 to $18 each. A set of 5 themed patches sells for $32 to $45. Custom patches manufactured at minimum quantities of 50 to 100 units are one production approach. Fully hand-embroidered patches are the premium tier. Number 12. Handmade stationery, premium and personalized. Grandview Research confirms the global stationery market was valued at approximately $112.15 billion USD in 2023 and is projected to reach $151.96 billion by 2030. The specific driver of handmade stationery demand in 2026 is the remote and hybrid work environment. People spending more time at their home desks are investing more in the quality and appearance of their physical stationery. Personalized notepads with a name or monogram printed at the top, custom correspondence cards in a distinctive illustration style, and handmade planner inserts all sit in this category. A set of 25 personalized notepad sheets costs $2 to $4 in materials and sells for $14 to $22. Custom illustrated correspondence card sets sell for $18 to $35. The remote work buyer specifically is purchasing stationery for daily use, which means they reorder. Number 13. Tufted rugs and floor mats, small format. Tufted textile products, specifically small rugs, doormats, and floor mats created using a hand tufting gun on monk's cloth backing, are identified in 2026 trend reporting as part of the sensory experience shift, where consumers seek art and home products that engage the sense of touch. A small tufted accent rug of 16 by 24 inches sells for $85 to $160. Material cost, including the monk's cloth, tufting yarn, and rug canvas adhesive, $15 to $28. The tufting community on TikTok is one of the most engaged craft content communities with over 1 billion views on #tufting content, meaning the marketing for this category is effectively self-generating for creators who share their process. Custom tufted rugs with specific designs, initials, simple animals, geometric patterns are the highest converting version. Number 14. Handmade abstract and landscape canvas paintings. Amazon Trends data for October 2025 through March 2026 specifically shows abstract and landscape hand-painted wall art and coastal and ocean-themed hand-painted art demonstrating consistent search volumes and strong average sales counts, which are both indicators of sustained underlying demand rather than trend spikes. Painterly, expressive, handmade wall art and earth tones is specifically called out in eRank's 2026 analysis as responding to the broader consumer desire for depth, warmth, and authenticity in home decor after years of minimalist aesthetics. A medium format original abstract painting on stretched canvas, 16 by 20 inches, costs $12 to $20 in materials and sells for $75 to $150. The storytelling around the specific palette choices and compositional intentions elevates the product description from a commodity listing to an artistic statement. Number 15, personalized embossed leather goods, card holders, and wallets. Woodware dominates the U.S. handicrafts market, but the leather goods category specifically is driven by a demand for personalized, quality over quantity purchasing decisions, the buy once, buy well mindset that defines the conscious consumer in 2026. A slim vegetable tanned leather card holder embossed with the buyer's initials takes 45 to 90 minutes to make using basic leather tools and a letter stamp set. Material cost $5 to $10, selling price $35 to $60. A hand-stitched bifold with personalization sells for $55 to $90. The consumer motivation for premium handmade leather goods is explicitly anti-disposable. Buyers are consciously moving away from fast fashion accessories towards pieces made to last years or decades, and the handmade origin story directly supports that motivation. Number 16, handmade crystal and gemstone jewelry wire-wrapped. The global spiritual products market, growing at 11.4% CAGR, is not limited to candles. It extends to the crystal jewelry and gemstone market, which sits at the intersection of wellness, personal style, and spiritual practice. Wire-wrapped gemstone pendants, where a raw crystal or tumbled stone is wrapped in silver wire or gold-filled wire to create a wearable pendant, are a high-conversion product with low tool requirements. Material cost for a silver wire-wrapped labradorite pendant, including the chain, $5 to $12. Selling price, $28 to $55. The specific stones with the highest buyer search intent in the spiritual wellness community are labradorite, moldavite, black tourmaline, amethyst, and moonstone, each with documented meaning in the metaphysical community and each with consistent search volume on Etsy. Sourcing these stones wholesale from reputable gemstone suppliers is straightforward, and the cost per stone in small quantities runs $1 to $4 depending on the species, which keeps the material cost to selling price ratio strong, even with quality stones. The global stationery market growth, combined with the remote work-driven desk investment trend, produces a specific high-demand subcategory: handmade accessories for journaling and planning, dashboard inserts for disc-bound or ring-bound planners, handmade fabric book covers for journals, washi tape storage, and custom sticker kits for planner decoration. Planners who are serious about their system are high-frequency buyers. A dedicated planner enthusiast purchases new accessories monthly. Material cost for a set of planner dashboard cards, $1.50 to $3. Selling price, $10 to $18. A fabric A5 planner cover costs $6 to $10 in materials and sells for $25 to $40. The community is self-organizing. Planner communities on YouTube, Instagram, and dedicated subreddits generate their own demand and discovery cycles. The 2026 home decor aesthetic, as documented across eRank, Printify, and multiple trend forecasting sources, is defined by natural materials, organic textures, and earthy, warm tones. Dried botanical wreaths, incorporating preserved eucalyptus, dried pampas grass, cotton stems, dried wildflowers, and woody vine bases, are the expression of that aesthetic in functional door and wall decor. A 12-inch dried eucalyptus and pampas wreath costs $12 to $20 in materials and sells for $45 to $80. A 16-inch version with a fuller botanical profile sells for $65 to $110. These wreaths are fully permanent. Unlike fresh flower wreaths, they last years without maintenance, which justifies a price premium that buyers in this category readily accept. Beaded crochet stacking bracelet sets, multiple complementary bracelets worn together in coordinated gemstone or glass bead palettes, are specifically identified in Etsy's 2026 trend data as high-performing jewelry items driven by the personalization and self-expression trend. The Craft Industry Alliance 2026 forecast specifically names innovative beads and charms as key demand drivers in jewelry making. A set of 3 coordinating beaded bracelets in a gemstone palette, rose quartz, clear quartz, quartz, and moonstone, for example, sells for $28 to $55. Material cost for a set of three, $4 to $9. What distinguishes a high converting set listing from a generic one is the palette curation and the naming. The intuition set, or the calm stack, positions the product in the wellness market rather than the generic jewelry market, changing the buyer's emotional connection to the purchase. Buyers in the spiritual wellness community are not purchasing beads, they're purchasing a feeling, a meaning, and an intention. Your product title and description are where that story is told, and it costs nothing to tell it well. Portrait embroidery, stitching a person's likeness or a beloved character from popular media, staying within copyright limits for characters whose licenses permit fan art, in thread, on linen, or cotton in an embroidery hoop, is a specific high-demand segment within the broader embroidery hoop art category that commands premium prices because of the skill and the personalization involved. A custom portrait embroidery hoop, 6 inches, depicting a person or pet in thread, takes 4 to 8 hours and sells for $65 to $140. Material cost, $5 to $10, including the hoop, fabric, and embroidery floss. The hoop itself serves as the frame. A well-photographed portrait hoop shared on Instagram or TikTok with a time-lapse process video generates significant organic reach that converts to commission inquiries without paid advertising. Macrame wall hangings remain one of the most consistently active Etsy categories in the fiber art space, with sustained buyer demand across multiple years. The 2026 consumer preference for natural textures, cotton rope, jute, and hemp as tactile organic materials directly supports the continued relevance of macrame wall art as a home decor category. A large format macrame wall hanging, 24 to 36 inches wide in a complex layered pattern with driftwood rod and natural fringe, sells for $85 to $200. Material cost, $18 to $35 in natural cotton rope. The larger format specifically is the version commanding premium prices. Small plant hangers are a commodity, but a large statement piece for a living room wall is a deliberate, considered purchase in a higher price tier. Pressed flower resin art, image credits, flower, and gold. The preserved botanical and pressed flower market has remained consistently active across Etsy's jewelry and home decor categories, and the addition of resin as a preservation medium adds permanence and a glass-like quality that bare pressed flowers behind glass do not achieve. Framed pressed flower resin panels, where botanicals are embedded at the base of a clear resin pour and the finished panel is mounted in a simple frame, sell for $35 to $75. Pressed flower pendant jewelry sells for $18 to $38. The dual market nature of this product, it appears both in the home decor and jewelry categories on Etsy, gives it twice the organic surface without requiring you to maintain 2 separate product lines. The 2026 aesthetic direction specifically identified in Handmade craft trend analysis is what multiple sources describe as folklore, storytelling through symbols, earthy and rich colors, and layered art that feels lived in. This is a specific departure from the clean minimalism of previous years towards a visual language with narrative depth. Mushrooms, moons, stars, forest creatures, old maps, botanical illustrations, ancient symbols. Products that express this aesthetic, embroidered pieces with folk art motifs, illustrated cards with woodland scenes, clay-formed forest creature figurines, are responding to a documented and active consumer desire. A hand-illustrated folk art greeting card set sells for $18 to $30 for a pack of 6. A hand-painted mushroom folk art print sells for $22 to $45. The indoor plant market continues to drive a specific subset of ceramic demand, pots that are beautiful enough to display as decorative objects in their own right. A handmade pinch pot succulent planter, a small ceramic vessel formed by hand rather than on a wheel, with a drainage hole, a matte glaze, and an earthy tone, and an organic irregular shape, costs $4 to $8 in materials and sells for $18 to $35. The hand-built rather than wheel-thrown approach is accessible without a pottery wheel and produces the organically imperfect aesthetic that buyers are specifically seeking over the factory uniform appearance of mass-produced plant pots. The indoor plant and plant parent community is a large, consistently purchasing buyer base that continuously needs more pots as their collections grow. Silk painting, applying jacquard or dharma trading silk dye to a stretched piece of silk using a brush, salt-resist, or wax-resist technique produces wearable textile art with a luminosity that woven or printed silk does not achieve. A 35 by 35-inch hand-painted silk scarf costs $8 to $14 in materials, the silk blank, dyes, and heat-setting supplies, and sells for $55 to $95. The fashion accessory category on Etsy shows strong demand, particularly in the 2026 context of the accessories are the stars of outfits aesthetic identified in eRank's trend report, where scarves styled in creative ways as hair ties, belted at the waist, wrapped around a bag handle, are specifically highlighted as a key 2026 fashion accessory trend. Taking plain composition notebooks or spiral-bound notebooks and covering them with fabric using decoupage or spray adhesive to adhere printed cotton, vintage linen, or Liberty-style fabric to the covers creates a stationery product with strong visual appeal in the journaling and planning communities. Material cost for a fabric-covered notebook, $2 to $4, including the blank notebook and fabric scraps. Selling price, $12 to $22. Sets of 3 matching fabric-covered notebooks and coordinating fabric prints sell for $30 to $45 as a gift set. The craft requires no sewing, no tools beyond scissors and a brush, and produces a product that photographs beautifully for Etsy listings because the fabric patterns are inherently visually interesting. Artisan soap is a mature category in the handmade market, but is experiencing a renewed demand specifically for formulas that address a gap in the commercial market. Soap for sensitive skin using only named recognizable ingredients, soap using ancestral ingredients like tallow or activated charcoal, soap with zero synthetic fragrance for fragrance-sensitive buyers. A cold-processed soap bar with a distinctive formula story, single oil soap in unrefined shea, activated charcoal and bentonite clay for oily skin, or a milk-based soap using fresh goat milk costs $1 to $3 in materials and sells for $8 to $14 per bar. The formula specificity and the formula story are what distinguish a high-performing listing from a generic handmade soap listing. Buyers in 2026 are reading ingredient labels more carefully than ever before. The Craft Industry Alliance 2026 forecast specifically names innovative beads and charms as key demand drivers in jewelry making. The beaded crochet bag, where seed beads are pre-strung to yarn and worked into the crochet stitches to create a dense beaded fabric surface, is a high-fashion handmade product that has moved from niche to mainstream visibility. Beaded crochet bucket bags and evening bags appeared in fashion editorials in 2024 and 2025, and sustained demand among fashion-forward buyers. A small beaded crochet bag with a beaded strap takes 8 to 12 hours and sells for $85 to $200. Material cost, including quality cotton or silk crochet thread and seed beads, $18 to $35. This is a premium product in the handmade accessories market with strong visual impact for social media marketing. Number 29. Handmade personalized children's books, print on demand plus handmade elements. The personalized gifts category is one of Etsy's consistently top-performing segments, and within it, personalized children's books are a specific high-demand product that combines print-on-demand production with a handmade element. A children's story where the main character bears the buyer's child's name, self-published through KDP or Ingram Spark for print fulfillment, with a hand-illustrated cover available as an upgrade, or with a hand-addressed and hand-stamped envelope making the delivery feel like a letter, sells for $18 to $45. The personalized children's book market specifically responds to grandparents as buyers. Grandparents purchasing for grandchildren are among the most emotionally motivated and least price-sensitive buyers in the gift market. Number 30. Handmade coastal and ocean-themed art, verified high-demand category. Amazon Trends data from October 2025 through March 2026 identifies as coastal and ocean-themed handmade art one of 3 verified high-demand handmade art categories with consistent search volume and strong average sales. This extends beyond painting to the full range of coastal-themed handmade products: driftwood and shell wall art, ocean resin pour pieces, coastal watercolor prints, and textured sand and sea mixed media panels. The coastal aesthetic resonates resonates across geographic markets. It sells as strongly in landlocked cities as in coastal towns because it sells the feeling of the ocean rather than proximity to it. A coastal mixed media wall panel incorporating real sand, dried sea glass, and a blue-gray resin pour on a wood substrate costs $12 to $20 in materials and sells for $55 to $90. The key positioning note: describe the materials explicitly in your listing. Real sand collected from the coast, genuine sea glass, hand-poured ocean resin. The physical authenticity of the materials is the emotional trigger that converts the browser into a buyer in this category specifically.